Is crypto winter finally over? Plus, the White House is telling us watch out for July 4th. And did the United States just block something that a lot of you have been using? And apparently, Elon Musk owns a lot more Bitcoin than everybody thought. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Happy Saturday to you. Let's get into it. Please read the disclaimer. So currently XRP is sitting at $1.13, up about 1/4% on the day. You can see we are still basically at the levels we were last night after that big spike on SpaceX IPO. We've seen the crypto market just basically consolidate since then. We did get an interesting headline, which we'll get to in just a second, about Elon Musk. Because they went IPO, they had to expose their holdings, right? So very interesting about that. But I want to start out with what's happening with the whole Iran-US situation. The New York Times reports that the senior Iranian military officials, along with the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, have reviewed the final memoriam. It's a hard word. English is my second language. So, guys, if I mess up a word, let's see. How do you pronounce this?
Memorandum.
Memorandum. Okay. Memorandum of Understanding draft and are reportedly comfortable with its contents. If accurate, the report would suggest the proposed agreement has cleared some of the most important decision makers with Iran's political and security establishment. Basically, what the juice of it is them signing that they will not develop a nuclear weapon. We're going to have to take their word for it. There's going to probably be some keepers that are checking, but things can happen in secrecy. It is what it is. Even if they would say, oh, we're not going to have any uranium, they still could secretly do that as well. So you never know. But we'll see how this plays out, and if actually there's going to be a deal done. Of course, if that happens, oil is going to drop, and then potentially inflation is going to come down, and then there's higher probability that new Fed Chairman Kevin Warsh will reduce interest rates. Right now, it's not looking like there's any possibility that happens. There's even probability that he will raise interest rates. That's the probabilities. Again, the probabilities are sitting on what happened previously. A new Fed chairman could do something different. Again, he needs the whole Fed, but he might convince them. And remember, Powell is still sitting on the committee. He might be able to push that through. So we'll see what happens there. It's going to be a very interesting couple of weeks ahead of us. Now, on Eleanor's program, she interviewed the White House official, Patrick Witt. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
So let's bring in Patrick Witt, Executive Director of the White House Crypto Council, to tell us all about this big week for clarity and to tell us what's currently going on with negotiations, what we can expect going forward. Patrick, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. Good to be with y'all.
Good to see you.
You too. All right, I'm going to ask you the headline question to kick us off. The White House set a goal of July 4th for the Clarity Act to be passed. Is that still the timeline you guys are working with, or have your expectations shifted?
No, I think we're still making great progress across the three areas that Democrat senators had raised as ones that they wanted to see progress on. So every day we're doing the trifecta, either mornings or afternoons on ag, mornings or afternoons on ethics, and then the BRCA as that third one. So we're making progress on all fronts every day. Groups are at the table, trading paper. And so I'm still optimistic that we could hit that timeline, but we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
So people are feeling, oh, there's nothing going on. We're not seeing any headlines. We're not seeing any updates about the Clarity Act. But Patrick is telling us, listen, guys, there's a lot of things that need to be smoothed out here. It's not easy. They're also aggregating the Agriculture Committee, which was the CFTC, with the Banking Committee portion, which is in charge of the SEC. It's a complicated bill, right? And so there's a lot of working thing. There's a lot of lobbyists from the banking side that are trying to get it mushed. There's, of course, the crypto side that's trying to get it passed. And they're doing, like I told you yesterday, Coinbase CLO said that Patrick deserves a statue, right, for his work on this. They're working heavily. They're trying to get it done. Again, July 4th is not many days out. It's in 4 weeks. Wow, 1, 2, actually 3 weeks from now that we get July 4th. Wow, that would be very, very fast. Of course, they have to get the votes in, and then maybe the votes. Remember when we had Genius Act, it didn't get through the first time, and then they had to go back and they fixed some things, and then they went into the second time, and that took another day or two. So let's see what happens. Again, we're on the final run here, we're on the final straight, and we'll see what is going to potentially happen with the Clarity Act. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? Are we going to see the Clarity Act pass by that July 4th date, or is it going to be later? Okay, so this is what I want from you in the comment section. You're going to say either before, on time, or later. That's going to be your comment. No stories, around your theories. That's all I want. No, you can write whatever you want. This is it's not a dictatorship. Although in a sense, the comment section is a dictatorship because the YouTube creator can delete all the comments, but you can write whatever you want. As long as it's, as long as the YouTube algorithm doesn't delete them, right? Because you're naughty. So what will we potentially see here? It's going to be interesting. Now, if you watched the video last night, I brought you some gloomy doomy type of opinions because of Bank of Japan, right? That is potentially going to be raising interest rates. And we saw Bitcoin drop around 20-30% every single time that they had raised interest rates. There was another factor that there was those indicators that haven't, the bottom indicators haven't flashed. But on the flip side, now I'm going to give you a good opinion. Crypto winter is over, bottom is in. Standard Charter analyst Geoffrey, I think that's how you pronounce it, Kendrick, like from Game of Thrones, Joffrey, says Bitcoin's cycle bottom is now in at 59,000. He points to the SpaceX IPO and potentially US Iran peace deals as key catalyst. Now that's the question. So we have the next 3 weeks. We have this catalyst that SpaceX revealed that they have 1.1 billion Bitcoin stash. SpaceX disclosed holding 18,000 Bitcoin in its SEC filing, making it the 8th largest public Bitcoin holder. Combined with Tesla's 11,000, Musk companies control 30,000 Bitcoin worth 1.9 billion. Nobody's close to Strategy, by the way, right? Even the Mara and 21 Capital here, which is also the kind of a Bitcoin treasury company, right? But nobody's even close. Riot, even Coinbase only has 16,000. Strategy has 845,000 Bitcoin. Wow. It'll probably get to 1 million soon. Soon, I don't know. But if the price stays where it is, maybe not soon, but it will be interesting to see if they ever get to 1 million Bitcoin. I think that's probably one of his goals. So if we have all of those things, then potentially we could see the market, right, coming up here. But again, we've talked about this. Maybe next week we see a sell-off into that Japan thing, have Japanese investors start releasing their assets because of their raise of interest rates. So all of that is on the table. Maybe the Bank of Japan surprises us and doesn't raise interest rates. So there's a lot of factors that are still happening here. As always, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Very, very important. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything, to send me any money. Those are scammers, those imposters. I actually haven't done a rundown of the social media accounts to see and report imposters. So maybe I'll do that this week. Again, I'll never DM you first. I'll never ask you like what platforms are you using in a DM, anything shady like that. So just be very careful out there. Okay. So if we move along and, we talked about what was happening in the AI situation and everything that's going on with AI, I actually updated you on the new version of Entropic. Sorry, not Entrop. Yeah, Entropic, but on Claude, right? So the Mythos Fable 5 actually is too good. The US government ordered them to suspend foreign access. Entropic has disabled access for all users worldwide. So if you're wondering what was going on with that and you were trying to use the Fable, and you're outside of the US, that's the reason why. They try to enable it for public consumption. It seems that it's too risky, and we'll see what happens with that. If it's going to be only available for U.S. Users, interesting. We'll see. Again, very interesting times ahead of us in the next coming weeks for the crypto market. Is the crypto winter over? Is XRP ready to bounce off this double bottom here and see some sort of recovery? The next 3 weeks are going to be super interesting. Also, because next week, Bank of Japan and all that, then we're going to start getting inflation numbers. If we do get an Iran US deal, oil will start dropping. The markets will love that. And then, of course, we'll start getting more and more updates from what's happening in Washington. And of course, that could be beneficial for the crypto market. Again, we could see some sort of rock bottom, market sells off after Bank of Japan. Again, it might happen, it might not. And then a recovery, sort of a buy the rumor type of action into the potential passage of Clarity Act. So this next couple of weeks could be really volatile. It's going to be very exciting. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the volatility. Yes, maybe XRP drops under $1 before it could all happen. Maybe the Clarity Act doesn't pass. Again, I'm not a prophet. I don't know exactly what's going to play out here. But long term, I'm really excited about what's going to happen here in the next coming weeks. Hopefully, you are excited too. Maybe we'll get some new viewers on the channel. Right? Probably not. There's one or two once in a while, but like new retail that is interested in crypto and in XRP, we haven't seen in a while. Maybe if we start getting a little bit momentum, people will get a little bit more interested. But it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. Don't forget to let us know in the comment section, what do you think is going to happen with the Clarity Act? Like we talked about, check out the links in the description down below to support the channel as well. And don't forget, the easiest thing that you can do is smash that like button. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.